Okay. Hey, this is Dr. Preston from Best Friends Pet Clinic, and I wanted to stop today and take a minute to maybe explain some things or answer some questions to try to clear up the muddy water of heartworm and the disease it gives. I get a lot of questions about why dogs have to be tested annually and why we have to test at all. So I wanted to kind of explain the whole thing for clarity. So dogs that live in this area and in most of the United States are at risk for heartworm disease. The actual life cycle I have printed out here for you. It just, now nobody needs to laugh at my dogs, but here I have. Can you?
I am. I'm on it.
Okay. So this is the life cycle. Here we have a dog with heartworms, and he's just a happy dog. But a mosquito comes around and bites this heartworm positive dog. It then has the actual heartworm larva or microfilaria actually in its body. 1 to 2 weeks and that heartworm develops into a larval stage, and then lo and behold it bites this little naive dog that doesn't have heartworms. It bites this dog, and then that little spot where that mosquito bit the dog starts to develop the actual later stages of the heartworm larva. So the larval stage grows from the site of the bug bite through the tissue to the blood vessels and then onto the heart. This takes about 5 months from beginning to end, 5 to 6 months. So the dogs from a naive status where they don't have heartworms to a dog with an adult 12-inch long worm in its heart is 6 months. So those adult worms then can live in the heart and find and cause damage and prosper and reproduce for 5 to 7 years before those heartworms die of old age. So what we like to do is put them on a preventive. Before we put them on a preventive, we must go ahead and make sure they're clear. So we take this little blood test and we check the blood for the protein to make sure they don't have heartworms. If they do have heartworms, it can be life-threatening to give them the preventive. It can cause a reaction that can be fatal. So it's very important that they are heartworm clear on their test. Once the preventive is given, what happens is it doesn't stop this stage, it actually stops it at this stage here, where the dog has been bitten by the mosquito and it has it in its skin, but that heartworm preventive blocks the cycle right there. And then the heartworm larva dies and the dog goes back to being naive status and does not have the worm there.
This is not just for dogs, it's for both dogs and cats, right?
Well, cats are a little bit different, and I'll take another lecture on that. But cats also are at risk for heartworms. So are foxes, so are ferrets, so are coyotes, lions, and tigers and bears. There's a lot of dogs, but the natural host, the host that the little heartworm loves, is the dog. There's even some reported cases of people getting heartworms. So this is going to be the quick and dirty lesson about heartworm disease, and I will continue on with this little short lecture in little parts through the coming weeks. Thanks.